Okay, Beshem Hashem Naseh Naseh. We continue with Shalom Bayit lessons from Holy Sefer Shuvu Lachem Le'Alechem of Harav Eliezer ben David Alav Shalom. Avoiding causeless hatred, avoiding Sinat Chinam. So, as we explained, unfortunately, the Sinat Chinam, causeless hatred or baseless hatred, is something that it's very common, and one needs to avoid it. So, Harav ben David Alav Shalom explains that there are times that a person starts on something very small, makes a problem, and then this small thing gets to another small thing, it gets bigger, and unfortunately it could become something that from nothing, now there's a big quarrel, there's a big fight. And unfortunately there are many times that the husband and wife, they try to make shalom, but because of these small things they cannot make shalom. They are not willing to compromise, and that creates even more baseless hatred. And im adam mitchotet im ishto yamim, and especially if husband is arguing with his wife every day, chodashim veshanim al devarim shel ma bekach, on things that are old or new, things that are not really of any value. It appears as if he is not doing anything new. It's the same old argument. Why I come home there is no tea? Why I come home there is no why the dinner is not ready? Why the house is not in order, clean? After a while it becomes a norm. However, it's as if he's not making anything bad anymore. He gets used to it, his wife gets used to it, but there is no constructive purpose of mentioning all these, baseless problems, things that you cannot fix it, or you're not willing to help. And by saying all these problems every day and pointing to your wife, you're guilty. What the husband or wife accomplish is that unfortunately they're living a life of hatred every day, and a life that they are not fixing their problems. And unfortunately that adds to Sinat Chinam so much so that after a while then they don't care. They don't care about coming to a common ground and trying to fix their past mistakes. Now the next subject deals with attaining the light of domestic tranquility in the Jewish home. Hasagat ha'or bebeit ha'yehudi. Nichzor sho bereshit. Let's go back to Parasha, the story of Yosef HaSadiq in Sefer Bereshit. שהקדוש ברוך הוא העניק לנו את הנישואין כדי שבאמצעותו להפכו בעל ואשתו לאדם אחד. Before the story of Yosef HaSadiq, we see that Hashem told Adam and Hava that you need to become shalom, you need to become one. In the beginning they were one. Hashem separated them. The goal of husband and wife is to become one again. Right? Now, each one is the chelek echad. Each one is a half of the coin, and they need to complete each other. They need to become shalom. Right? Hagemara omeret, Gemara in Masechet Chagiga, in Daf Chaf Hey 25 says, Al Achei Yosef, on the brothers of Yosef HaSadiq, Velo yachlu echav la'anot oto ki nivhalu mipanav. That after Yosef HaSadiq told his brothers, he revealed, Ani Yosef, Haod Avichai, that I am Yosef, is our father still alive? The brothers were shocked. Right? They couldn't answer. They couldn't respond. Right? So over here we learn a big lesson. שהגיע רבי יוחנן לפסוק זה היה בוכה. When Rabbi Yochanan used to come to this pasuk, used to explain this episode in Parashat Bereshit, in the Sefer Bereshit, he used to cry. Why? שהרי אם אחי יוסף לא יכלו לעמוד בתוכחתו, כל שכן שאנו לא נוכל לעמוד בתוכחתו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. That if Yosef HaSadiq's brothers were incapable to defend themselves, right, to answer, to respond, Yosef HaSadiq, they had all sorts of arguments. Right? They could have said, well, you care about our father, right?
What'd you call him? What'd you find out?
Right? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Or when he told them, I'm Yosef, is my father still alive? Referring to the fact that they caused so much sorrow to their fathers, to their fathers, they could have said, look, Yosef, it's because of you that this all happened. You were the one who went to our father, started saying Lashon Hara about us, right? Pretending as if that you pretended as if you are the goody, and we were the bad kids, right? They couldn't respond because they understood the dream of Yosef HaSadiq came true. They understood that Yosef HaSadiq must have been correct with what he did in the past, and they couldn't respond. How much more so we cannot respond to Hashem. Also, we should cry when we think about the rebuke, the question that Hashem will ask us after 120 years. How did you treat your wife? Right? Did you have any constructive criticism? Or the whole day you came back from work saying, where is my cup of tea? Right? And you were lowering your wife. You were putting her down. Right? To Saracha Mama Zanet Bizadi. Right?
Or you can compliment her, maybe.
Or instead you could compliment, right? So we need to also cry. עלול להיות חס ושלום שאחר 120 שנה לא עלינו חס ושלום after 120 years גם לנו יאמרו בדין של מעלה. מחתם את חיי התורה. Right? Did you have a life full of Torah and mitzvot? Did you act with your household members according to the guidance of Hashem in the Torah? Did you become shalom? Did you become complete? Or many things of this area the same. Or were you batlan? Did you use your time properly? אם יזהר כל אדם לא יהיות כאדום לא לעשות פסל מעריכים בני חלוף לא להסכים אלוקים אחרים לביתו אז יזכו שני המאורות העיר יחד בבתים ויחיים בהם הפסוק ויאמר אלוקים יהי אור ויהי אור. But if a person watches his deeds, he doesn't allow false gods come to his home. Right? The influence of the Gentiles, the Goyim, do not allow it to come home. No TV, obviously. Right? That you act with your wife like a queen. Right? That she is your queen. And obviously if you treat her like a queen, she's going to treat you like a king. Right? And then what's going to be? Right? Instead of life of difficulties and yisurin, then instead it's going to be a life full of tranquility, happiness. And after 120 years, when a person goes to that word, the next word, right, he will be judged in a favorably way, right? And then he would bring this pasuk to fulfillment. Vayomer Elokim yehi or vehi or. That Hashem said, may there be light, and there was light. What is the light? The light of Torah, the light of Shalom Bayit, the light of Mitzvot. Bezat Hashem should Amen.
Amen. Very good.